guys, welcome back to Wind Out with Books with your girl Kay. So from the title, you already know we are reviewing Little Peach. So this book was recommended by Tarvea Rodriguez. If I say your name wrong, I do apologize. So it's a short and sweet book. Well, it's not really sweet. It's short and simple book. It gets straight to the point. It's very heart-wrenching. It got trauma, child abuse, sexual exploitation, family drama, dysfunctional family, all the themes, you name it, the list goes on. So I'm going to keep it a little simple. You know the vibes. I have my wine. After reading this book, I definitely had 2 glasses. This one makes 3. But anyways, let's get into it. So the book follows Michelle. Michelle is a 14-year-old girl. She is from Philly. So the beginning of the book starts off where Michelle is in the hospital. She has been badly beaten, and there is a CSW. So I'm taking it as the reference of the title is clinical social worker who works in the hospital. And she's trying to talk to Michelle to find out what's happening, right? So throughout the book, you know, it goes from future to present. Michelle is telling her story. So this is Michelle's story. So Michelle grew up in Philly, right? She was raised by her grandfather. Her grandfather loved her dearly. Unfortunately, her mom is a drug addict, and the mom, although she sees her mom, the mom resides in a home, but the mom goes absent for periods of days. She's not active in Michelle's life. She comes home, she showers, she sleeps all day, she eats, you know. Michelle tries her best to interact with her mom, to make her mom feel welcome, she wants her mom to love her, to see her, but unfortunately, because drugs have taken over her mom, you know, the mom is incapable of providing that love to Michelle, right? So Michelle has a friend named Erica. That's her close friend. Erica, unfortunately, her mom is also a drug addict, so Erica went to foster care. But Erica's having a hard time in foster care. She's going through a lot in foster care. I believe it insinuates that Erica was being molested in foster care, and Erica had ran away to New York. Before Erica ran away to New York, she gave Michelle a note that had pink houses, Crescent Street, I forgot the other place on it, right? Not much of an address. If you're familiar with Brooklyn, then you know what pink houses is. That's in East New York. So, but for someone like Michelle, she didn't know what it was. It's just pink houses, Crescent Street, right? So Michelle held on to that. So I'm gonna just go back a little bit. So as time goes on, you know, we see the relationship with Michelle and her grandfather. The grandfather loved Michelle dearly. He took care of her. You know, the mother was unable to do anything. So the grandfather unfortunately gets sick with cancer while Michelle is 14, right? The grandfather passes away on the couch. Michelle is there. The mother is there. When the grandfather passes away, Michelle's left into the care of her mother. The mother now opens up the grandfather's house to her boyfriend Calvin and other individuals who abuse and use drugs, right? So now Michelle is she's fearful. She's hiding in her room because her mother's boyfriend continues to he molests her, right? And at one point she was coming up the stairs. He was kissing her, forcing himself onto her, kissing her. The mother peeped like, oh, what's going on here? The mother is accusing Michelle of trying to steal her boyfriend. Michelle has to keep locking her door and put her bed up against the door because she's fearful that one day Calvin's going to get in, right? The mother then decides that she's going to tell Michelle that she needs to leave the house. She can't have her there. Oh, you could go stay with some friends. I know you have friends. The mother tried to give Michelle $41 and like, here, take care of yourself in a bag. Michelle's like, yo, I don't want nothing from you. So Michelle had $51 left from her grandfather, right? So Michelle decides that, yo, she's gonna use the address, well, not the address, the paper that Erica gave her with the pink houses, Crescent Street on it, and go to New York. Michelle goes to the bus stop, purchased a ticket to New York for I think it was like $43 and 54 cents, right? There was a lady who noticed that Michelle was going to New York and took to Michelle like, you know, we could travel to New York together. On the bus to New York, Michelle's making up a story like, yeah, I'm going to visit my mom in New York. She's an actress, you know, I'm excited to see her. She's too da-da-da-da. So the lady's just like, you know, she don't believe her. When they get to the Port Authority, if you don't know New York, our our Greyhound station is called Port Authority. That's right on 42nd Street, right? So they get to Port Authority. The lady's like, oh, I'm gonna wait with you for your mom to pick you up. Michelle's like, nah, it's okay. It was okay, somebody pick her up. Then Michelle kind of peeped what the lady's going at. There was 2 cops standing over there, so Michelle ended up running away. At the same time, there's this predator ass man, right? He's standing there watching the whole scene. So Michelle goes into the store. When she comes out the store, she's looking, you know, trying to run away from the cops or whatever. The dude is there, like, yo, you know, you can't run. The cops is looking for you, da-da-da-da. So Michelle is just like, you know, he's like, you know, meet me at the, I think it was Burger King or McDonald's. You look hungry, I'm going to be there for 30 minutes. So Michelle has the paper. She tries to navigate the subway system. You know, she's like, nah. She told the man, nah, I'm good. She goes to the, so in Port Authority, if you go down the little ramp joint, the subway system's right there. If you don't know our subway system, then you will get lost. It's a lot. You got the A, C, you got the J, Z, all that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all that, right? So you will get lost. So it's not an actual address. So she's asking people like, oh, you know what Pink Houses is? People like, oh yeah, I think that's uptown. That's not uptown. That's not uptown. That's downtown. Right? So anyways, so then she's just like, she doesn't know the train system. She's scared. She only has $7 to her name. She takes the dude up on the offer to go, I forgot, it was either Burger King or McDonald's. She go meets the dude in Burger King and McDonald's, right? He feeds her, she eats. He's saying like, you know, asking her name and all that. She found out his name is Devon. She tells her name. She's like, I have this address. My friend is here. Can you take me there? He's like, are you trying to go to the Pink? She was like, the Pink. She thinks it's like Pink building. She don't know that's the project. Again, she's not familiar with New York City. So he offers to drive her to Pink Houses, right? So they take the Belt Parkway there. So they get to Pink Houses. She realizes like, yo, this is just like my hood in Philly, just more buildings, right? So it's a lot of buildings, mad apartments. She's never going to find Erica. The dude, she asked the dude to find out, like, you know, can you ask around? So the dude start asking around, like, you know, you see Erica. She's frustrated. She's like, you know, she's scared. The dude offers her to stay at his place. He's like, listen, like, you don't have nowhere to go. You can stay with me. He's being mad nice, warming up, so Michelle feels comfortable. And he's clean cut. He's driving a new car. He look good. He smell good. All that. So, you know, she's trusting of him, right? But her grandfather's words is in the back of her head, like, find the lady to help. But at this point, you know, she has nowhere to go. She's in a new city. She has no other choice but to go with this man, right? And I understand why she did it. Like, she only has $7 to her name. So there's nothing that she could do. So they go back to his spot in Coney Island, right? So I take it from the way the description is. If you know Coney Island too, you pass the Ferris wheel, you pass Luna Park, you pass Dino's and all that. There's a project right there. So I'm assuming they went to the projects in Coney Island, right? So when they get there, she sees that, you know, before they get there, he's like, I live with 2 roommates named Cat and Baby. Right? I already instantly knew that this man goes to Port Authority. He peeps out the situation looking for runaway girls, and he does that. So they get to his apartment. He gets to some new sheets, whatever. There's 2 rooms, his room, and then there's another room with 2 beds in it, right? So she goes in there making the bed. She feeling that thing. She's like, all right, maybe there's kids that live in here, so I'm safe. You know, what he's telling her is like, you know, I got 2 roommates and stuff like that. It's female, so she's safe. So I understand, you know, she's feeling out the situation. So she falls asleep, whatever. The next day, he takes her shopping, buys her stuff. You know, he tells her, like, yo, I know you don't have nowhere to go. You can stay with me a couple days till you figure out what you want to do, right? So she ended up meeting Cat and Baby. Baby is 12 years old, but her mentally, you will see Baby to be, like, her age range should be about, let's say, 6 or 7 mentally. Cat, from what she's not a woman, but I take it that she's about 17, 18, 19. I'll give like 19, 20 the most, right? So we're going to pause right there. While in the hospital, the social worker is trying to get Michelle to talk. There's detectives there questioning, like, what's going on? What happened to you? Where your parents at? Do you have a mom? This, that, and third. Michelle's not trying to talk. She's scared for her life. The only person that she trusts is a social worker, but she doesn't know if she should tell too much information, if she can trust the lady, right? At the same time, there's a freaking nurse that comes in there like, oh, I see girls like you. You just taking up space. You selling your body. then you get discharged and you're gonna go back to doing that. My thing is that I cannot rock with that. Yeah, for the simple fact that you have girls and women who unfortunately were forced into the life of child prostitution, sex trafficking. Some of these girls do not have a choice. Some of these girls are forced to be hooked on drugs. Instead of these individuals who are biased as hell that work in these healthcare facilities and trying to help these girls and see these girls as victims of their circumstances, they see them as criminals and wish that they get locked up and blame them for the choices that they make. They did not. Some of these women, most of the women, did not make these choices. You know what I'm saying? The family that they come from, they living on, they under the poverty line. The parents are drug addicts. They have no money. They have nothing. They selling their body sometimes as a means of survival. And in that instance, these females are still victims. You get what I'm saying? And it was just pissing me off. That nurse really pissed me off. It really, really pissed me off. Because it's like, at the end of the day, you could be walking on the street, somebody snatch your ass up. Now you forced into sex trafficking. Is that a choice that you made? People don't understand. You don't put yourself in other people's shoes sometimes. And that part of the book really pissed me off. Because she dead as drug. I get it. Right? She see a lot of these girls come in and they go back. But sometimes it's out of fear. Survival. Do you not understand some of these pimps, these people that they call daddy, right? They threaten these females' lives. They threaten these females' lives. Sometimes these females they want to live. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes living means you are forced to keep doing something that you don't want to do until you see an opportunity to run, to escape. Sometimes, they don't understand or know a way to escape because this is the life that all they know. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes they own drugs. They're forced to take drugs. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's so many factors to this, right? So anyways, back to the story, right? So now, right? So Devon tells Michelle that, oh yeah, I'm about to throw a party for you. Some of my homies coming over. So Michelle's still oblivious to everything that's going on. She's like, I never had a party before you throw me a party. Again, she's a virgin, right? So Kat, she ends up meeting Kat. And she ends up meeting Baby. Baby's like, you're gonna stay with me. You're gonna stay here. This is a better place, this, that, and third. So Baby's throwing little hints, but Michelle's not catching it, right? So Devon comes and tells Michelle, like, yo, go take a shower. Kat, give her some clothes, this, that, and third, right? So she goes take a shower. She's still excited about this party. I already peep what's going on, right? So anyways, Kat comes in and gives Michelle a drink that looked like fruit punch. Michelle's like, why I need this. Kat is like, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to take away some stuff. So Michelle's like, what's in it? So Kat's just like, yo, just drink it, please. Just drink it. So Kat, again, from there, Michelle is not a teenager that understands social cues and hidden messages, and Kat is also not straightforward. She can't really put Michelle on, and I think that's messed up. But again, all these women are in this, girls are still in the same circumstances, so come on, you know what I'm saying? So Michelle ends up drinking the juice. It's drugged, obviously. So Devon's man's coming. It was 3 dudes, right? Reek and some other dudes. Reek ends up raping Michelle. Michelle wakes up the next day. Her private parts are burning. Her legs are burning. She's like, what happened? Reek comes out like, oh, you like that shit. I like it. Your joint was juicy. Devon's like, oh yeah, you wanted it. Michelle's like, I kissed him. She, at one point during the night, she had kissed him. Obviously, she's under the influence. But she didn't want to have sex. So she's devastated and all that. And then here comes Devon. Oh, you gave it away for free last night, but moving forward, you gonna pay for it. So here comes Ree. Her private parts, her vagina was juicy, so juicy like a peach. So we gonna call her Little Peach. So now that's her name, Little Peach. Hence the title of the book, Little Peach, right? So Devon's like, oh, you gonna be my little Devon Peach, right? So Michelle is just taken back. She's shocked, like she doesn't understand what's going on. Things start moving fast from there. All of a sudden now she's in a hotel room with it's called Little House up on, it's a few blocks from Coney Island Avenue, Surf Ave. I believe it was Surf Ave, one of them, right? So she's in the hotel room. Kat is giving her drugs. Devin's now telling like, yo, you gotta sell your vagina for money. She doesn't want to do it, but because Devin made her feel guilty, give her guilt trip, like you have nowhere to go, you could go on the track, you could do this, you could do that, but at the end of the day, we are your family, I'm gonna take care of you, we're gonna be good, this is your only option. Or you could go get picked up by child service, go back to whatever hell you come from, right? So Michelle weighs her options. She's just like, I'm just gonna put up with it for right now until better can be done, right? So now, every time she goes to the hotel room with Kat is showing her the way, Kat is showing what to do, she's taking drugs, so now she's getting hooked on Oxy. I think it was Oxy. Right? And she's having sex with multiple men in a day. And I was so disgusted. I can never understand how these grown-ass men is okay with having sex with children. Like, I don't understand. Some of these men have children, female children of their own. Like, you guys are fucking sick. You sick. Don't chalk it up to no mental illness. That's sickening. That's fucking disgusting. You having sex with a child. And I just can't, there's nothing in the world that anybody could say to me to make me believe that shit is okay. It's not okay. I was so disgusted. It kind of traumatized me in a way. So, and this book is like on a darker side of young adult books. But it also is telling the story of so many young women and girls and older women who have been through this. These are their stories. So it's like you can't put it out of your head. Like it's reality. Like this shit goes on today. You get what I'm saying? So imagine if I'm traumatized from reading that. Imagine what these women are feeling. You get what I'm saying? You can heal from it, but do you ever really heal? That's a question. So anyways, so now she's getting drugged up, stuff like that. She having sex with multiple men. She's getting close to baby. You know, she wants to rescue baby. She understands that, you know, all baby do outside of having to sleep with this one guy, she sleeps and watch Nemo. Like her mental state is not there. It's of a child. And she's regressing to childhood to escape from her reality. And baby has been through a lot. You know, she used to live a few blocks away from where Devon apartment is, and her father, you know, used to molest her, rape her, and I didn't know where her mom is at. Right. Fast forward a little bit. They always ask to go to the amusement park. Cornell's amusement park, right? And Devon always told them no. So one day they sneak out. Pause right there. Before they do this part, Kat tells them like, yo, I'm pregnant. Me and Devon's gonna have a baby. I don't have to do this anymore. Have sex, whatever, right? So Devon calls his travel doctor over there. At the same time, he tattoos Devon's peach onto Michelle's chest, right? So to mark the territory, because Devon is also blood, and when they see the tattoo, they know that, you know, Michelle belongs to Devon, and they call Devon daddy. Disgusting, right? So the next day, Kat is happy, like, yo, you know, this baby's gonna save my life, this, that, and the third. She really wanted the baby. So when he calls the travel doctor over, the travel doctor gave her a pill, like, yo, these are vitamins, this, that, and third, is gonna have the baby. So Kat is excited. So Kat decides that they're gonna sneak out the apartment. Kat, Michelle, and baby go to the amusement park. They get to the amusement park, they're playing games, this, that, and the third. They won baby, a stuffed animal. Baby gets on the Ferris wheel. She always wanted to get in the Ferris wheel, but she starts freaking out because it's too hot, right? So while baby's freaking out on the roller coaster ride, the Ferris wheel, whatever, Kat is yelling at the dude to let her off, and this, that, and the third. So while Kat is yelling, she ends up starting to hemorrhage. She's having a miscarriage right there, and Michelle's screaming like, Kat, you having a miscarriage, right? Kat, baby, and all them rush to the hospital. Finds out the baby's gone. Kat is devastated. She's hurt. She's angry. And that's the first time they actually met the social worker that Michelle's talking to now, right? So now Devon is at the hospital. He's wondering like, yo, you know, what the fuck? Like, if Kat and Michelle's gonna tell what's going on? Because at one point throughout the book, Kat tells Michelle like, yo, you know, if you try to run, the dudes are going to beat you up badly. They are going to hurt you because you're trying to expose their operation, basically. So that's always in the back of Michelle's head, right? So they get released from the hospital, whatever, and they go back to the apartment. Kat is going off like, you killed my baby, you gave me a pill to have a rich cash, this, that, and the third. So Devon tells his man to take baby and Michelle to go to work at the hotel. He says Kat could stay. When they get back they always work at night. When they get back, the apartment is trash. There's blood everywhere. Kat is nowhere to be found. So Michelle's like, I keep asking, where's Kat? Where's Kat? She tells Baby to go into the room. Baby's upset with Michelle because she had one little fish, whatever, and when they ran from the amusement park, the little fish stuffed animal was left on the bench. So Baby's upset about that. So she's not fucking with Michelle. So Baby goes to the room, right? So Michelle keeps asking like, yo, where's Kat? Da, da, da. Devon is bleeding. There's blood everywhere. The table's a mess. So Michelle, at one point, fast forward, she ends up taking Devon's cell phone, going into the bathroom. While she's in the bathroom, she remembers in the back of her head like, yo, Kat said if, pause real quick. Also in the hospital, when Kat was in the hospital, the nurse was like, oh, we gotta let her go because we need the bed for someone who's badly beaten and more hurt than Kat was, right? So Michelle is also remembering that. So Michelle realizes like, okay, if she gets beat up badly by Devon, she'll go to the hospital, she'll be able to escape. So before she puts her plan into motion, right? It's not, I insinuate this was her plan because she's remember all these things. So she calls 911 and tells 911, help. There's a girl, I hear a girl being beaten badly. She's unconscious. She gives them the address, 2700 Surf Ave, Brooklyn, New York, apartment 6B, right? So Devon busts into the bathroom of the room wherever Michelle was at. She hung up the phone. Michelle's like, I'm going, basically, long story short, I'm going to expose you. Where's Kat? You killed Kat. You did something to Kat. You ain't nothing but a pimp. She's standing to herself. She's going on because she know the more she say, Devon's going to be mad. And then Michelle's like, I called the cops. The cops on the way. I'm going to expose you. Next thing you know, Devon grabs Michelle. Reek, Devon's mans, is also there. They start beating Michelle really badly. In the back, Michelle's hearing the sirens, so she knows they coming. Next thing you know, Reek hears the sirens. They throw Michelle down the apartment stairs. Michelle is in the hospital now, right? So now she's in the hospital. She could think, all she could think about is Baby, but Baby's still mad at her, and Baby don't want to go nowhere. And Michelle is still contemplating telling her story. Then she decides that, you know what, I could trust the social worker Danielle. I'm gonna tell her story, and in hopes that, you know, Devon, Reek, and the whole operation gets shut down. They get caught up. So she makes the decision to tell her story, and she feels more free. She feels more awake, and she's okay. You know what I'm saying? She's not okay mentally, but she's okay that she's now free and awake from the situation that she was in. And, you know, she understands that because of her age, she's going to end up in a foster care, but she'll rather go to the foster care than continue doing what she was forced to do. And I was just like damn, her whole story, I minimized it a little bit. It was just sad. You get what I'm saying? From her growing up, being raised by her grandfather, to her family dynamic, to her life circumstances, traumatic. She got PTSD. Her mother is a drug addict. They come from a low income family. She's been through death in her family of her grandfather, the father figure, her guardian. She's been molested. She's been raped. She's been physically, mentally abused. The list goes on. And it was a traumatic experience for her, something that, you know, her grandfather wanted to protect her from. At one point in the book, the grandfather asked a neighborhood guy named Chuck to look out for his granddaughter when he passed away. But Chuck is an alcoholic, so there's not much that he could have done. At one point, she did call Chuck, but there was nothing that Chuck could do. You get what I'm saying? I can't blame Chuck. And Chuck was not the person that the grandfather think he was. So, you know, she had nobody. And, you know, it was not a choice that she made. I don't think she made any choices. It was a means of survival. And she, you know, she wasn't aware of what Devon was, you know, the true demon that he was, and Devon is just a predator. She didn't have those instincts to recognize that he was a predator, and the things was wrong. You know, she wanted to tell a story to get the story out there so that, you know, girls like her can be rescued, and I respect that. You know, unfortunately, you know, that everybody can't be rescued. Everyone's story is not out there, but, you know, she enlisted the help and found solace in Daniela, the social worker, and I truly like that, and I'm rooting for her. You know, it ends right there. We don't know what happens to her after, but it ends right there. This is a dark read. If you do read the book, you know, I read the book in one sitting, but it take your time. You know, take your time with it, but it's reality for so many women, so many young girls, and it's sad, and it's something that, you know, it needs to be put to an end, and it's an ongoing battle with those workers who do work day in and day out to stop child prostitution, to stop sex trafficking, you name it. And it's sad that something like this does take place in our reality, but you know, we live in a fucked up world. Hands down, we live in a fucked up world. I can't give this book less than 4.5 stars. I gave it 4.5 stars because it traumatized me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it was a quick, easy read, very straightforward. It gets to the point. You know, and that's what it is. So Tarvea Rodriguez, if I say your name wrong, I apologize. I appreciate you for recommending the book. You know, thank you. The next book review is, I'm not sure. It's probably gonna be Blind Ambitions. Most of the books that you guys suggested have come. I'm in the process of reading it. There's only one book that haven't come yet. That's Be More Careful by Shannon Holmes. So you already know who recommended that. So I'm waiting for that to come. Keep looking out for the reviews. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. Time is just getting away. I've been busy a little bit, but you already know the vibes, guys. Appreciate the love, support. Follow me on Instagram, Wind Down with Books. Follow me on TikTok, Wind Down with Books. And until next time, your girl is out.